Welcome back to the Content Complete podcast. Feature myself, Spencer, my friend Matt,
Mm.
and my friend Fishcake.
Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going?
And we're back at it again, talking about games we played this week, or since last time we talked about games we played. It's not even this week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And we're going to
It's a biracial week.
It's
I mean bi-weekly.
The same thing. That's like the dollop joke. That's what the host does every week. He's like, it's a bi-weekly show, or he just says buy something. It's like it's a
buy something.
racial show.
Oh, okay.
Someone already made that joke? Damn it.
Yeah.
Not only was it bad, but unoriginal.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
okay,
That's Slade, dude.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Everybody in chat was typing lol.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it right now. But
no.
yeah, so we're going to start off with Fishcake. What have you been playing?
I was trying to type lol into the chat, and then I accidentally opened up my Windows thing. So
Good job, dude.
Thank you. I've been playing video games. I after Matt talked about Deathloop, and like after everybody in the fucking entire world has talked about Deathloop, I was like, I'm gonna wait until the next paycheck to get Deathloop. But in the meantime, I'll get into a game I haven't really played a whole lot of, for whatever reasons. I don't really remember. Dishonored 2. I decided to get into Dishonored 2.
Nice.
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm just having a hard time going back to the days where like the ending is basically determines how you play the game. Like if you want a good ending, you have to like sneak around. Basically, Dishonored can be either an action game or a puzzle game, and I want to get the good ending, so I was like, okay, we'll do stealth stuff. And it's really not that bad. It's not like the worst thing in the world. It's just, I don't know. Like the entire time I was playing that game, I was like, man, Emily's got a cool pistol. Too bad I'll never use it because, that kills people. The crossbow's cool too, but the pistol's like, it's got that angular stuff that like all the Deathloop guns have or whatever.
Yeah, it just looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks so fucking sick. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm going to put that in a backpack and probably just never pull that guy out ever. Cool beans. And I got like robbed, or I got held up by like a bunch of thieves. I'm like, well, if there's any time to use the gun, I might as well just use it now when I'm being attacked by 5 people. And that's the only time I use the gun.
Nice.
When I first played like years ago, I think I got to the second level and I was like,
The Clockwork Castle?
That's the like fourth area, because it's the first area is like after you get betrayed in the castle or whatever. Second area is Carnadesh or whatever, where you go there to go to the asylum, which is the third level. And the fourth level, I believe, is either the intro to the Clockwork Mansion or it's part of the Clockwork Mansion, because this mission I'm supposed to go deal with the super smart guy or whatever that's evil and has the machines. And yeah, like everybody talks about the Clockwork Mansion. I have yet to get to it in Dishonored 2, and I don't know if I'm going to get there because I got Deathloop now. And I'm enjoying a lot. Yeah, I'm just enjoying a lot more than I enjoyed Dishonored 2. I think it's a ship that sailed past me, I think there was like a specific time for me to enjoy that game. And I don't know what made me drop it off at the beginning. It might have been like poorly ported or something to the computer. I mean,
yeah, it was not a good port.
Yeah. It runs fine now, I think. I mean, I haven't had any problems with that one specifically.
Yeah. Speaking to your experience of doing the stealth stuff and not being able to do any of the action stuff, you're like, oh well, I guess I'm just not going to play that game. I remember when you were playing, it was a similar thing where I had a conversation with you where you're like, I actually have not seen any of these animations because they just haven't killed people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's really cool death animations when you kill people in the game, but you won't know that because you only have like the sleep dart animation when you shoot someone with a sleep dart, or the choke out animation. There's no like cool like karate chop or like something just to vary it up a little bit. It's just like you choke them out or you shoot them. Whereas if you get into like actual combat, you're like doing like that superhero or like the 300 shit where you like you cut somebody's legs, they fly in the air, and then you cut them in half.
Yeah,
Cutting people's
cool.
heads off. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's sick as hell, but you never see it unless you're like just don't care. You just want to be like,
in Death of an Outsider, there is no chaos stuff.
Is that where we finally got to see use that stuff?
So that's where I got to.
Yeah.
You don't get penalized for killing.
So you finally get a chance, and it's like, holy shit, this is cool.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, it's one of those I was held up by that street gang or whatever. I was like, oh shit, this is so cool. And one guy was like shuffling back and forth and shouting shit at me. I'm like, well, I'm gonna pull my gun and use that at least once. And it's kind of like the Indiana Jones scene where the guy's like doing fancy trick with a sword and he just pulls out the gun and shoots him. That's basically what happened. But yeah, so I might skip straight to the Death of an Outsider because I've heard good stuff about that, and I wanted to play that, but I wanted to do due diligence and be Dishonored 2.
Like you kind of gotta be Dishonored 2 to kind of understand what's going on.
Oh, like to get the context of what's happening in Death of an Outsider.
Yeah.
You play as the boat woman.
Yeah.
And you want to kill the outsider.
Yeah.
Right, but like, the storyline, like who's the outsider? Why are you there? Why are you doing the thing you're doing,
Why does she want to kill the outsider?
If you don't care about that, great.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't give a shit.
But yeah.
I'll just do a Wikipedia. I don't give a shit.
I just want to kill things.
I just want to kill so bad. It's just that it's there is like some fun stuff to like having like
link 5 people and then stealth dart them or sleep dart them and they all draw up.
Yeah, she has cool powers. Like I do enjoy her powers. The ones that are like actually suited to like help you out in a stealth play. I'm sure her like combat powers are pretty cool too, but again, who will ever fucking know? Yeah, the link has been very helpful. I like how her like movement thing is different from Corvo's, like where his is just like a flat out blink. Hers is like a whip arm that she just kind of extends out and
it's like the Venom.
Yeah.
So that that was pretty cool. I might come back to it. I don't know. We'll see after I get done playing through Deathloop, which I just literally started today, and I was telling the boys a little bit about this, but Deathloop is a newer game. It's the hot new hotness. It's got all the fancy graphics, the ray tracers, the adaptive resoluting, and the just all the cool stuff, all the big words you hear, like PSIs and DLSS, other stuff. So the classics, but
yeah.
And I have a 4-year-old graphics card.
Yeah, it's about to go to kindergarten.
It's about to go to kindergarten, but since it's in the computer world, it's actually going to get killed on its way to kindergarten because it's already, growing so quick to being obsolete. Actually, it's perfect. It's run fine for everything else. It's just having a hard time with Dishonored because I was telling the boys, it just did not like my computer for some reason. The game crashed once. I was like, okay, well, we'll just, do the usual stuff, bump down some stuff, readjust some graphics settings, whatever.
Right.
Try it again. Okay, it crashes again. It has the same error. So I look up the error and it's like, okay, well, yeah, you got this thing. So you need to update your graphics card. I'm like, okay, let me go see how to do that. For some reason, the NVIDIA site blocked me from accessing it at some point. Like I was like trying to look up like the GTX 1080 drivers. And
why didn't you just use GeForce Experience?
I'm getting there. I gotta tell the whole. I'm
sorry.
We got hours to fill up. I only played out like 2 other games. I'm weaving a tale.
We gotta make content out of something here.
I'm weaving an intricate tale of details. So
you're blocked.
I checked. So and then like I click search and it's like you are not allowed to access this.
Whoa.
Okay. So I'm like, maybe it's just a different browser thing. I don't know. I switched to Google Chrome. Nope. I'm like,
yeah.
All right. Well,
go ahead.
Oh, okay. So then I'm like, okay, fucking whatever. We'll download the GeForce experience and, maybe it won't annoy me this time. And I download it and it's like, yeah, you got the latest updates and drivers. I don't know what your problem is. I'm like, well, but the game has the problem. So I have it optimize the game. I don't even know if I actually changed anything because I couldn't tell and it crashed again anyways, but I did get to the next area.
Nice.
Before it crashed. I got to see I got to the part where you're about to like die the first time by jumping through that window or whatever.
Right.
And it crashes on that level. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go back and basically this repeats 3 or 4 times. I adjust some graphic settings. Like I have to go through the NVIDIA control panel on my computer, change global settings to like allow VSync on and to allow a max frame rate. But then I have to go into the game to turn off VSync and cap it there too, just to be sure, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's just stupid computer shit like that. Go ahead.
You guys are talking like this is a big deal. Like I do this. Like I've done that exact scenario probably like 150 times. Not for Deathloop, but just for other stuff.
We've definitely done the whole VSync dance a few times with stuff.
I mean, I spent 2 hours, yesterday. All right, because I've been playing Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
A Tale of Two Wastelands.
They mash them together, and a bunch of other mods. And my mouse was not confined to my monitor, right? So I would have Twitch up on the other side, and then I would use my scroll wheel, and it would scroll the page. It wouldn't like minimize or anything like that.
But it would still be accessing the page while you're playing the game.
Yeah, so I would just scroll chat like all the way up or down, or it would scroll the page, and then I have to pretend to move my mouse to the left farther so that when I looked right, it wouldn't do it every time I scroll wheeled. I spent 2 hours trying to fix that. I fixed it. And, I looked up all sorts of shit. Some shit I didn't even know existed.
Oh, yeah, no, I always learn something new when I'm troubleshooting shit.
Right.
But yeah, going to the NVIDIA control panel and like checking a couple things, I'm like, that sounds like a dream.
It's like, man, I wish that was my problem.
Oh, okay. I see. So you're doing the boomer thing where you're like, well, I used to walk
back in my day. No. I mean, like, I've had done the same thing.
In the trenches, I dug them.
Yeah, right.
I walked so you could run.
I had to look through the grainy YouTube videos. I couldn't even tell what the fuck they were doing, but I listened. I scrambled the information. Yeah, no, I guess my whole point is I wish games would just work the first time, but we live in a world where that's not possible. That's just pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
All these people, sort of you included, but
I was about to say all these people. I'm like, wait a minute.
wait a second.
Everybody's like, oh shit. Games, they don't run that well anymore, and they're all unoptimized, and they have to account for basically an infinite number of possibilities, at least for PC. And then everybody thinks it's just like going to be like the NES days where you just fucking blew on it and it worked.
I think though it would be more efficient, and maybe this would require too much manpower to set up. But why? Because if you're getting your drivers from GeForce Experience and NVIDIA and stuff like that, why isn't there something similar to catalog the parts that are in your computer and then have like a profile of the parts of your computer that would then be compatible to know what settings are going to work?
Literally, auto adjust settings do that.
Is that
that's when they're like,
yeah,
it still doesn't fix it? Yeah, okay.
Well, no, because again, like if you play a game from 2009,
right,
and you are playing it in 2021, it's gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck this 3080 is. I know it's a GPU. I don't know what the fuck it does though.
This year,
I guess high.
Yeah,
and then sometimes it's like, I don't fucking know, dude. Low, just to be safe. Low. I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
You know who you're talking to?
I always get needlessly defensive when a game puts my shit on low. At first, I'm like, hold on a second. All right, I didn't fucking spend like over $1,000 to get put on low. Okay.
I gotta watch some PlayStation 2 shit graphics.
Yeah. What the hell's up with that shit?
Anyways, continue with your story.
Oh no, I was just complaining like a bitch. That's the whole story, really. I don't know. I guess that's my fault. I just thought Arkane Studios and the people they work for, Bethesda, was a big enough company that could make it run okay, so I don't have to activate 13 different control panels to play the game.
I mean, it's true. You shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah,
but
that's all. But no, I get it. It's PC,
the game was
getting
lambasted because it was very unoptimized.
Oh,
I had 2 crashes the whole time I played.
Mm.
But that's it. I had no issues other than that. But I'm also I got the newest shit.
Oh yeah, you got that new shit.
So it's like,
oh, you got the new shit.
It should fucking work.
Yeah, he's got that new shit.
Oh, that new shit. Oh shit.
Tell him what you're rocking, Matt. Tell him what you're rocking.
I'm not gonna tell him what I'm rocking. It's
So,
not a 1080. It's 80 something.
There's an 80 in there.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I was
don't hype, man.
I was
my shit.
I was feeling it. I don't know.
Okay. Hype your own
you're
shit.
There. I don't even remember what I have. And it's just what you had before.
DXDAG that shit, you know? It's easy peasy. Just read out the whole
2080
report.
Super.
Why are you telling what I got?
Because you don't remember.
I'm just filling in the information. But so all that to say that once I finally did get Deathloop running and playing, it's a lot more fun to me than Dishonored 2 because I mean, I don't know, something in me has awoken after like not being able to kill people in Dishonored. I'm just like killing. I can kill without repercussions. Sweet. I'm just like murdering.
That was the first thing I looked up.
Right.
I was like,
see if there's like a bad
is there
ending.
a morality? Is there a chaos? Is there?
Can
I just kill motherfuckers? And people were like, just kill motherfuckers. I was like,
this is okay.
Let's go, dude.
Dead my dog.
I can use.
Honestly, yeah. Like I don't know how Deathloop would work as a game if you couldn't kill like that. You know, like the whole gameplay loop of Deathloop is so different, and like the vibe is so different too. The way that the characters view human life is different because it's all in a loop anyways and stuff. Like I don't know, it's really interesting.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to play more of it. And like I said, I literally just got through like the first actual loop. Like I went through like an entire day, and now I have to go find the PPE or LPP or PPL or whatever. I know
you gotta find the PPE.
Well, and I don't have to find it. I have to get it from the safe before Juliana gets it.
In the morning.
Oh, that bitch. Oh, that bitch. I love their voice acting. The two characters, Colt and Juliana, is just a constant like bickering back and forth. Yeah, it's just good. It's like everything else about the game is fine. It just I guess it had a bad port to the PC, and that's just the struggle of when you have like really cool fancy graphics. Sometimes you have to go into the NVIDIA control panel and change 2 things.
That's something that actually does surprise me is games are being developed sometimes before graphics cards are made by the time the game comes out, right? And so like the game starts off in one world of graphics and then ends in a totally new one that they have to account for on release, you know?
Yeah.
So
or you can just do what Cyberpunk does and not.
That's true.
That's probably what happened.
They were like,
just fix it in post. The literal fix it in post.
See how well that work turned out. Yeah.
Right. I tried to play that too recently, and it keeps crashing on me. I'm like, okay, I don't really.
You know what's crazy is like Matt and I were talking about this before, and we don't seem to have as many crash issues or like massive issues that people have. Like even on my computer.
On the PlayStation 5, it crashed every 2 hours for me. And I would just start it back up. And
Cyberpunk.
Yes, Cyberpunk. Because like when I was playing on my computer, it rarely crashed. It only crashed like every, I don't know, like maybe once or maybe twice a day playing tops, and it was usually like it was loading some big area, or if I was driving too fast down the road and ran into a pole and flew into a building, then it would be like I don't know what to do with this, you know.
can't
But
load this.
it was kind of like semi-understandable crashes. Like we weren't experiencing the crazy stuff that everyone was talking about. Like
I
just
did get launched into the air a couple times.
It happens.
my opinion of that type of stuff is that's kind of the fun of it, right? Like
Well, in Skyrim, when the giants hit you,
Yeah.
that's a bug.
they just never fixed it.
No, they were like, that's funny as shit.
That's
Leave
a
it.
feature. Yeah,
Leave it
yeah,
there.
that shit's cool.
So they learn not to fuck with giants. The funny part is, like, before it got updated, I think it ran okay. Like, not on the game launch, but like the week or two after, like after it got like a couple of patches, I think, or something.
That's
It
when I
ran
played
fine.
it, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I got pretty
We played it on launch, man.
We played it on launch, but then we also played it the week after launch too, and it did get better.
Oh yeah,
and so he was talking about then more patches came and maybe made it a little bit unstable again. So kind of what you were saying? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I think I'm not 100%.
They
sure.
also cut the population by 80% in like the last big patch.
Yeah, the NPC
All
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
like on everything, they just cut it all by fucking 80%.
So now you have to basically kind of role play that Night City is in quarantine.
Right. Well,
You know?
I actually couldn't even tell because I mean I didn't get super far, but
Right.
that area like right outside your apartment building, it was still pretty densely populated. But actually, I think I saw more people than I did before, but I'm not 100% sure.
They
I don't
might
know.
keep the population high in like the area that
Quarantine area in the city.
Yeah, in the city, but like
the open world city part.
yeah, like drive like a mile down the road and all of a sudden there's nobody there probably,
Oh,
which
probably,
is unfortunate.
yeah,
You know, it's unfortunate. There's a lot of
I was really
disappointment in
excited
that
for
game.
Yeah, everybody's excited for it, but you know, whatever. Maybe I'm gonna give it like a couple more years and I'll get back to it probably. And once it has like 30 billion mods and like somebody just goes in like, you know what? I played this thing on launch. It fucking sucked. I just fixed it myself. This is bullshit, but here you go.
Yeah. No,
something. Reptar 65's ultimate fix to Cyberpunk 2077. Setters are fixed. No more crashes.
and that's like the patch that everyone bases all of their mods off of, because that's just the way it always happens. Like, okay, so when you play the game, first thing you gotta do, you gotta download Reptar's patch. Okay, once you go Reptar's patch, then you can go ahead and start the mods. If you don't get Reptar's patch, nothing's gonna work. Nothing's gonna work. It's all based off Reptar's patch.
You want this hair replacement model? You gotta download you gotta download Reptar's patch, and then you gotta download Xanthar's extra hair models and remeshing all together, beautiful enhancements, and then you can download my hair pack of 2 additional hairs, and they one of them actually only works.
But it looks good.
It looks really good. No, I mean you can't really argue with the results. It's just you know.
But the process.
The whole process.
Jesus.
Now you can have Xanthar's hair and Xanthar's mustache at the same time. They clash. It needs the same mesh.
Yeah, but not the beard. The beard is what fucks it up. Fucking Xanthar's beard always
dude, that
fucks
shit's
everything
so real.
up.
Xanthar's beard always broke for me, dude.
Yeah, no, like, nobody can get it to work unless you just have like the right. Unless like unless you know, uninstall all the mods, do a clean install of the game, and then you install that.
Go to your NVIDIA control panel.
Go to your NVIDIA control
Make
panel.
sure that you're using maximum power.
Mm.
When you uninstall, you have to make sure that you delete the game folder, right? Because it leaves it empty. But there's always it's what you gotta do.
Well,
there's trace amounts of jank from the previous thing.
Yeah,
they keep your ionized, so that's why they have you do that.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Skyrim. No, God.
Supposed to try to show or throw shade. Show shade.
I think he was just trying to
something.
I think he was just trying to be as cool as us. It's okay. It's okay. Just let him.
But it's like he's not, so I gotta punch him down.
Damn, dude.
Stay in your corner. Stay in there. God damn it.
Stay in your lane. Ruin jokes. You don't make them. I make them. I'm the funny one. That's 80% of my personality.
The funny, quiet one. Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
God. But I am enjoying Deathloop. I am excited to play more of Deathloop. Have you guys heard about Deathloop? The cool new Arkane Studios game Deathloop, where the game is looped. It got loops and there's deaths and stuff.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That's how I think like through like what. go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, no, I'm actually excited to play. I just like referencing how everybody says it was not overhyped, but like there was like a lot of press for it out of nowhere.
It was weird.
I would just like all
It
of a
did,
sudden
like-
it was everywhere.
Yeah, when it shows up on my Twitch ads, it gets a little crazy. That's when
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, no serious money. Wow, I understand Coke wants to sell stuff, because that's what they do, but Arkane Studios, whoa.
Well,
Well,
at
no,
least
I
on
was-
Twitch, you get like ads for things that are semi-relevant,
Like
I
their
suppose.
games.
Like we'll
Mhm.
watch like Hulu back in the day before we bought the ad-free one, and we would just get ads for shit
Oh my god.
we don't care about.
And it's like, who are you? Who do you think?
Or they'll advertise Hulu
Oh,
on Hulu.
Yeah, they'll be like, you should get
Oh, yeah.
Hulu. I'm like, I'm here.
You already got me.
Congratulations. I'm
You-
here.
You don't
Not-
have to
not
sell
even
to
like
me.
The Hulu Plus, just
No, it
regular
wasn't. It was
Hulu.
just Hulu.
It was just Hulu. It's like, yo, you could see this shit on Hulu. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm watching.
I'm watching the show that you have suggested in your ad to get me to watch. I'm here.
You've already done the job. I don't find a different show. God,
Do your analytics or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
do your fucking job. No, I think that's pretty much it for me for Deathloop for now.
Nice.
We'll get back to you in
It shouldn't take
Well,
you
next-
that long to beat.
No, I
About
think
30 hours.
take it what?
About 30 hours.
Yeah, so like a third of Persona 5.
That's
Sorry,
generous.
I
Well,
wanted to break it
okay,
down for
like a
some,
quarter.
in a way that you could,
You
Yeah,
know,
no, I get it.
like I said, like when we talked about it previously, I spent many hours
It's true.
wandering a desolate land after I've killed everybody to find little scraps of information.
Yeah.
Like, does this tie to
Um,
Dishonored? Does it? I need to know. I know. I know now.
Hell, I know, and that's half the battle.
I know the secrets.
Okay, but what have you guys been playing? I've seen what you've been playing on Steam. I have an idea, and you kind of mentioned it earlier, but I don't know if that's the first game you're going to talk about. But I do
I
know
would-
a game that you played.
I went into this podcast with a completely blank mind. So.
Well, we can talk about games that we played together. How about that storybook?
Oh yeah, Storybook Bro.
That one's actually pretty cool. Played a total of
Yeah.
like an hour of it on stream, and I haven't played any of it since. But I've thought about it a lot.
I'm gonna play it.
It's a
I
fun game.
came back here a couple times just to play a match or two while I'm waiting for stuff or something. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Storybook is it's an auto battler where you kind of go like in this like little round robin-y kind of vibe with a bunch of other players or CPUs or whatever, and you have you kind of build your deck as you go. So it's like a deck builder. It's not even really a deck. You're building like a play set of characters that you're currently using, and then with some modifiers like some spells or trinkets or whatever. And you kind of just see how you respond in each situation, and you just kind of have like a lazy Susan of competitors that go in front of you as you build up to kind of get your strategy going. And all the characters are based off of Storybook characters. So you have the classics like Three Little Bears and dwarfs and Seven Dwarves and like Grimm's fairy tales type stuff. Just European based folklore.
The good old fashioned folklore.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if
Some
they had like
Scandinavian. You got Jormungandr.
Yeah, that's European.
if they had like different folklore DLCs or packs or whatever.
I mean, like, is that technically true?
It's technically true.
I think the Scandinavians would be like, I don't think you should lump us in with that.
They're in the European Union.
That doesn't make you European.
They're also on the continent of Europe. The only part that's not in the continent of Europe is part of Finland, I think.
I don't remember.
I don't know enough
geography
about
there.
geography to dispute this, but it sounds
was-
wrong.
Also,
I feel like the Swedes would be pissed about it.
a lot of Scandinavian folklore is tied to Germanic folklore, so they're connected.
So they're basically the same. Got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I always thought that. I thought all Europeans were just like a half shade different from each other,
Yeah, there's no like real difference.
No, yeah, they're all the same person. Scottish, Irish.
I feel bad saying that.
No,
I
it's
get
fine.
fucking
I mean,
raked over the fucking coals because I thought Orve was fucking Italian.
oy vey, but yeah.
Okay, and this motherfucker over here is saying some shit
I
that
generalized like
40
30.
nations. Okay, they're all crammed over there.
Yeah, dude. All the same.
And Fistcake's like, I think it's fine. I don't think you're racist.
No,
you
it's
know,
fine. I mean, it's just like there's why is there so many little countries? Why can't they just be one big country? Why do they
that's what
gotta
the Holy
fight?
Roman Emperor tried to do, and I think they were right. I think
Finally, somebody's brave enough to say it.
you know,
After all these
Charlemagne
years.
he had the right idea.
Yeah. So Storybook Brawl, it's a fun auto battler. We played it.
Yeah. It was a good time.
I enjoyed I enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah, Fistcake became
apparently-
strangely OP. I don't know what happened.
We played 3 games, right? I won 2. You won 1?
I didn't win any. I think
No,
Fistcake won the first one
I won the first one.
with Jormungandr
He
the
won the
Slayer.
first one.
Oh no,
I
you
won
won the
first
second one.
Yeah, he won
Matt
the second one.
So it was like Matt, Fistcake,
Sad
Matt.
Dracula.
Yeah, and I just went dwarfs the whole time and got close every time, and that was it. It was still fun though.
This idiot bought a Lordy and then put it out.
Oh yeah. I bought 2 lords and didn't put a single one of them out because I thought, oh, I'll just cycle my stuff to get the 3rd lord and then just have super lord right away. And I was
That's not how you
trying
play.
to think of. I know that now. I know the dwarf play now. All right, they're called dwarfs too. In the thing, the strategy is dwarfs, not dwarfs. It's DORF for some reason. I don't know.
We all know how it's spelled.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you know, at the time I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know.
Yeah. Did you have any did your hero character have anything to do with dwarves? Like, was it good for dwarves, or you just enjoyed?
I don't know if there
dwarves?
is a hero that's specifically good for dwarves.
Usually picking. I think that if you pick like a. There's one character that works really well, and I don't remember who it is because it synergizes with, the Snow White character, but it's like Princess of Light, or the thing what she's called. But I think if you can pick a character that works well with evil characters,
Evelia.
or a character that works well with like the neutral characters, because the dwarfs aren't good or evil; they're just dwarfs, and then the Princess of White is an evil character. So, but you can make the Princess of White a good character, so you can kind of turn it around too. There's like a spell that does that or whatever. But yeah, that's what I was going the whole time. I just got Princess of White and a bunch of dwarfs, and I was just doing that the whole time. And that was fun. I like that.
But yeah, it's the only one that's been interesting to me to watch.
Right.
Yeah, I think kind of like Snickers opened the door for auto battlers, and then I was like trying to find one that was good,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, all these are garbage, or they're like the chess ones, and I don't like the chess ones.
Yeah.
They feel not as strategic as Storybook does.
I've seen a lot of those where it's like you just put them on the board, and I see people with these weird like setups, and then they're just like, this works, but it like visually doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why it's working, and I feel like they almost don't know why it works either. They just kind of like trialed it, you know.
Oh,
They're just
probably,
like, after like 30 games trying this strategy out, this is what's working, you know, like. Yeah. Anyways, you were gonna say something, Fistcake.
Yeah, I interrupted. Go ahead.
I don't even remember.
Spotlight saying you
Wasn't
do.
really
You gotta say something. No.
Shit, no. I think like a half hour ago, I was going to say, yeah, you've been watching a lot of Storybook Brawl, and that you've watched Rhapsody, was it?
Watch
Sneaky
Rhapsody
Teak.
and Sneaky Teak and
Yeah.
Yuckmouth and Matt Oblivion.
Damn, dude, you're in this the scene. Are we gonna join that scene? Is that what's gonna happen?
He's already in the circuit. He sponsors one of the teams.
I gifted about 30 subs to
Jesus.
Yuckmouth and Matt Oblivion.
Damn, dude.
Oh shit!
It was September.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, wow.
And they're small, right? So
Yeah.
it like means something.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now your
And
name's
when
in
they
the head.
become big and famous and they win their Storybook Brawl thing, they're gonna shout you out and their victory speech.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm really doing this for me.
Yeah. And that's what everybody does, you know. At the end of the day, it's just all for you.
The other that
For Matt.
reminds me, like I don't know, like sometime last month, Subway just went into Ninel's channel and dropped 100 subs, and it just said like, "Eat fresh."
Marketing.
What the fuck?
And then it's such a weird position because you're like, "Fuck you." You know, you just co-opted 8,000 people,
right?
And all it cost you was what?
It's like non-consensual advertisement.
Yeah, or $250 or something like that.
Yeah,
that's just I don't care for Subway anymore, so I've been like, oh, thanks for the sub. Still not gonna eat there, but thank you. That's cool.
That's basically what said. He's like, yeah, thanks for the 100, but like, don't do that.
Chastise
nobody else. Yeah. Well, yeah, when you start having companies whenever companies get involved, it's always fucky. It's always, oh, god damn it. Who told the corporations? Who told them they could be one of us? Get them the fuck out of here.
Well, especially since like the FDA is it FDA?
FCC.
The FCC is like, if you get money from a corporation, you have to put ad, like hashtag ad. You have to advertise it.
Oh yeah, so they're like putting in a real situation.
Yeah. It's like a really weird situation. I think he just deleted that part of the VOD.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know what else. Yeah,
because it's not like you can't decline it. You can't decline gift subs.
Yeah, but they did advertise.
Yeah.
On you.
Yeah,
they just advertised all over you.
Advertised, yeah, pretty much. It's just like, hey, this is our channel now. No. Wait until like fucking Bad Dragon or some company like that shows up and it's like 10 gift subs and 10% off all of our dragon toys at baddragon.com.
Yeah, that's when the whole thing gets taken down.
Right. Shut it all down. Everybody move to whatever obscure streaming platform there is out there. I don't know.
Is this the death of Twitch? Anyways, we're talking about games. I just thought that was funny.
Well, yeah, that's pretty crazy. I don't even think you told that to me before.
I don't tell you a lot of things.
You know, I don't tell you a lot of things either. I have a secret life. Fuck you.
Okay.
It's all coming out.
Oh shit! Here we go. This is it. It's the episode.
If I had the forethought, I would have made like an in between commercial break type thing, where it's like you know how in reality TV shows they always like build up this big fight that they're going to have, but it's like something stupid that gets resolved in like a minute, right? But it's just to get you to watch the show.
Oh yeah, no, I watched Kitchen Nightmares last year, like all the seasons in like a month with Evie. Yeah.
So you're gonna move on to Hell's Kitchen? Now that's a show.
That's a show, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Like I watched that, but I'd like I like the idea of Gordon Ramsay just like walking around being like a fucking wanderer, just fucking helping people out of the restaurants and yelling at them because they're fucking stupid.
Did you watch the British version of that show? It's totally different.
It's not really that different.
That's what
everybody says. That
everyone on Reddit says it's totally different.
I know, and you just parroted it without even actually knowing.
Because I knew you would say something.
Why do you?
It starts conversation.
Okay? We were already in a conversation. No,
but you see, now it's exciting.
It's another conversation. It's a conversation I want to have.
Levels, layers. Yeah, it's only slightly different. Like he like yells not quite the same. I think it's because they're both British, and so there's like a thing there, right? But when he's in America, I think it's also the way the networks kind of edit and stuff like that. They make it seem worse than it is.
Yeah. It always ends up being like, yeah, no. Like they'll have the spat or whatever, but then like 5 seconds afterwards, it's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, chef. I didn't mean to yell at you. And Gordon's like, yeah, I know you've had a rough time. It's fine. You're a good guy deep down. But video game, storybook brawl, anything else? You
know what? So actually, I think the thing I actually like about the game is there's clear strategies and there's thematic strategies, and I think that's so cool that there's like themed strategies. Like I was doing Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and that's a strategy. Matt was doing something. You were doing Jormungandr and like slay like lizard stuff, right? Like that was cool. No, you weren't.
Matt.
I was doing that.
Matt was doing that. Anyways, there's thematic strategies. That's I came here to say that.
Gotcha. No, that's like the fun part about any card game like Magic or whatever. It's just like you find the keywords and you like look for the overlapping keywords, like, slay. Like that's the one I won with was Sad Dracula, who gives like permanent slay bonuses or some shit, which basically slay is whenever you kill a creature, that the creature that killed it gets a bonus of some sort, and
Yeah.
I just roll with that, and yeah, no, like that's my favorite part of like Magic or any card game. It's just like, okay, this finding the synergies. Like, okay, this does this. What does this work? No, okay, well that's fine. I'll just lose 10 health that round. That's no big deal. Whatever.
Right.
Does this work? Oh, nope, I'm dead. All right, that's fine. We'll get him next time, Chief. It's fine.
We'll get him next time, Chief. I think that the thing that makes this game especially enjoyable for me is just like how, I don't know, nicely put together the synergies are.
It's all very clear. It's not like a mesh of weird fucking units and
yeah. I think that's the main thing.
Effects going off and stuff like that. Like there's some shit that like I don't know. Like I don't know what all the creatures do, but you know, you watch them fight a couple times, you're like,
you kind of get it.
He's a slay. He does this.
Right.
Stuff right. Like yeah. It's pretty straightforward, and they're not super old like other games where they have like 30 billion different keywords that kind of mean the same thing, but not exactly the same thing, and you just get fucking confused. It's just like slay does this. This is slay. Another one's like good characters get a bonus. Your characters will say if they are good or bad or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's straightforward. You don't have to like. Okay, in this instance, it does work, but only because of this other card that's in effect. And because that card's in effect, you can actually do that. Otherwise, that effect wouldn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, fuck.
Yeah, there's not a lot of modifiers.
Yeah,
that modify core mechanics like that.
Right. Yeah, it's like the mechanic happens, and then like
there's a lot of add-on effects, which is cool. To already existing mechanics, they don't fundamentally change how Slay works.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just done in a simplified way, I think, that works.
And it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy watching it.
Yeah. I need to watch it actually. I haven't watched anything about it, but I like what I play whenever I do play, it's just like I need like to kill like 10, 15 or like 15, 20 minutes or whatever, and I don't want to.
And the games are short.
Yeah.
Fucking auto chess from Dota, that was like a 2-hour thing.
Anything
at least back
Dota.
In the early days when it first came out.
That's just those fucking whatever. I don't know enough about MOBAs anymore to talk shit on them.
We're so far removed. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's to the point where I'm like, I don't get it. It's like watching kids do stuff. It's like, I don't know why you're doing that. Why are you playing that game? It doesn't sound fun. Nothing about it sounds enjoyable. I don't get it. Whatever.
I don't understand Roblox.
It's just Minecraft for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like, I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I'm also scared to talk about Roblox. I don't know.
I don't even know why Spencer brought it up.
A lot of adults are playing Roblox because they're playing a Squid Game variation based off the TV show. So that's happening.
Yeah,
you can make a bunch of shit in Roblox.
Yeah, and I don't know how it works. And I don't want to get into it because I don't know if.
All right, cool.
You brought it up.
We can move past it. I regret it.
You should. You should feel bad.
Anyway, so moving on from Storybook.
Yeah, so Storybook's fun.
But what we've been playing, I've just been playing Fallout 3 and Fallout 76. LOL. Fallout New Vegas. Because I'm waiting for two things. I'm waiting for the anniversary edition of Skyrim.
Yeah.
To jump back into that. And I was also waiting for the Quest version 4, the mod that you were playing, Fizzcake.
Okay. Yeah, I deleted all that. I didn't have the space and I didn't play it enough to like justify it.
It's a commitment.
It is really cool, and I want to go back to it or something at some point. But I just like there's so many games are going on now. I don't have time. I don't. It's really cool though. Good times though. Good times.
There was a lull for a bit, and all of a sudden now there's just things happening. Right? You got like Nick, the Nick All Stars, and you got the new release for Ultimate. You got there's something coming out like in the next month that is semi big too.
The early access of Darkest Dungeon 2.
Oh shit!
Oh, that too.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff coming out soon, so it's just like over the summer, it's like nothing happened, you know.
Well, yeah, it's the summer lull, and now we're getting to the pre-holiday season where they're about to fucking play a lot of video games. Oh shit!
Oh,
But
buckle
you were
up.
talking about Tale of Two Wastelands, which that is a cool mod. Like back
Yeah.
in my modding days. But the first game I played for mods was Fallout New Vegas. I got my computer, and I was like, now that I'm a big old PC gamer, I'm gonna play Fallout New Vegas, and I'm gonna download all the mods for it. Nobody could fucking stop me. And it happened, and I did it, and it was the best year of my life.
Fuck
But
yeah.
go ahead with your journey into the Wastelands.
Well, no, the only reason why I started playing it is because I saw a Wabajack list for it. And I was like, sounds like fun.
Yeah. Because we have a
I'm sure they
whole
got some good
YouTube
ones
series about
now.
us doing Tale of Two Wastelands.
But it was just Tale of Two Wastelands, and I think since it's using the engine, it had some from
Oh
New
my God,
Vegas, from other shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's fun to go back to the Wasteland.
Yeah.
So is there the
Yeehaw!
Wabajack? Is the Wabajack thing for Tale of Two Wastelands, or is it for like New Vegas specifically, or 3
It's
or
New
whatever?
Vegas. You just look through the
Okay.
New Vegas mod list, and they'll have them.
Gotcha. Okay.
But man, like the game is fucking ugly.
It is.
Like
You
you
can
can
put
shit on
lipstick on a
Fallout 4
pig.
for a lot of
Yeah.
things. It definitely improved visuals.
By like a lot. Holy shit.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like you
I'm running like
mods to make it look
mods to make it look good,
Yeah, you can only push
and
it
it
so
looks
far.
good,
kinda.
but
Man,
it
looks
also
better.
is fucking ugly.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because the big thing for me is like the shades, the shading on like walls and the lighting in general just feels completely unnatural everywhere. Like there's no, I don't know, it just feels like old video game.
Yeah.
Where
Oh.
like the wall texture doesn't get any difference in shading on it.
It's all static lighting.
It's all static ambient lighting.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like, yep, that's just the way it's lit. Fuck you.
Mm.
Okay, this is how it works.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, it's an older game, right? But for some reason, Skyrim got like a ton more. I don't know if maybe it's just because Skyrim came out afterwards and had a slightly better setup going for it.
Skyrim came out in 2011, and Fallout 3 came out in 2008.
Yeah. So like, but what about Fallout 3 is harder to do visual like improvements for compared to Skyrim? Is it just because Skyrim has more stuff you can do, like foliage? You know?
I mean, like, it has dynamic lighting.
Yeah.
It has, like, Fallout 3, I think, is pretty famous for not working with shaders, like EMB.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
pretty
can
big.
do a lot of shit with EMBs.
Right.
Like, you know, it's just like, I don't know, it's from 2008.
That'll do it.
Like, it's ugly. It's fun.
It's
And it's like, it's hard to imagine Fallout 3 because I was playing it. And original Fallout 3 doesn't have iron sights. You just kind of slowly zoom in. So you use VATs like
you zoom in
90%
on
of your...
the you zoom in on like the tiny reticle that you had. You don't like actually zoom in. It's just like zoop.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
your
a
eyes
camera
kind of
zoom.
like pop out of your head just a
Yeah.
little bit more. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, well, that's something, but whatever. I was like, oh, Fallout, it's a Fallout game. I've never played a Fallout game. I can't wait. Oh, it's a Fat Man launcher. Oh boy, cool.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I remember when we played it, you just don't think about it. You're just like, yeah,
No, when I played Fallout 3, it was the best game I ever played.
yeah. Honestly,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was my best game of all time for like 8 years or something. You know, like it's like it was the greatest. It was the first game I ever did any mods in. You know, like and made like made our own mods in it. Like Matt and I like modded the game and
Oh
like
wow. I didn't
made
know
our-
that.
using the gecko or whatever or the geck.
The Gek.
Yeah, I fixed it. I remember. Oh, me.
You added
I
I'm
already
a fake
made
gamer.
the
I'm
noise.
a fake gamer.
You don't have to make the noise after.
I was sorry.
But no, we made the machine gun launch
Mini nukes.
mini nukes and bottle cap
shit.
mines.
Yeah, so we just
Oh, shit.
in Megaton we would just like crash the game because it's like
Yeah, we crashed the game
Oh,
multiple times.
well, yeah.
all the time. And then
That'll do.
we do things like put mines inside the pockets of characters.
You can do that already.
You can do that already. Well, we modded something with that. Maybe it was just we gave ourselves a bunch of bottle-cap mods to do that. Might have been the case. It was one of the few times that we modded something with Coulter present as well. It was like we spent a whole night. It was like in this one area. I don't even remember what they were. It's like a little secret society bit. It's like this side quest scenario. I made a mod where I had like a mysterious wanderer that would show up, and you would have like this crazy cool revolver, and you would.
That's a perk. That's in the
That's
game.
just a perk. That's
No,
just-
like I modded it so when you killed him, you got like a special weapon.
if you killed the guy who was helping you out.
No, it was a totally separate thing. I remember modding a thing where a man would show up, and he would have a special like.
So you just put an NPC down
shooter.
and then gave him
a special gun and had him show up after like a period of time. He would just appear near you, and then he would be aggroed to you, and you'd have to kill him, and then you could get his like sick fucking revolver. And then I think we played a game once where he was in the game, and then we never touched it again. Like it's just the way it was.
Just a way of being.
I don't remember that. Might have done
No,
that
I
without
did.
me.
I did it on my own time, and then I was like, I'm going to
Are
reveal this
these
to
are
Matt.
these secrets that you have?
Oh, that's one of them of many. You'll never get them all.
You'll never get them out of me.
But no, that's been fun.
What's the Wabbajack mod list you're working, rocking, twerking?
It is called the Vault Courier.
The Vault
Courier.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like a visual upgrade with New Vegas and stuff. It adds a bunch of cut content. There's a lot of shit in Fallout 3 that I never even did. I did Point. No, I did the Pit.
We barely
DLC.
did the Pit.
Cool.
Yeah, we cheated through the Pit.
We TLC'd to the whole shit.
Oh shit.
I don't know why we did that.
Because we got impatient or something.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
But never did any of the other DLC. Never finished Fallout New Vegas. Cheated in Fallout New Vegas. Killed House.
Oh yeah, no, I like the ending options for New Vegas. It's pretty cool. They got like a bunch of so many
Choices. You got choices.
Mhm.
Agency.
Yeah.
But just like tons of cut content was put back in the Fallout 3 that was cut. There's like a whole thing, the Crystal City that's overrun with death claws. I was showing you.
Yeah,
you
I
were
was there for
watching
that.
me play that,
Yeah.
and there's just like this whole underground.
And just like Deathclaw after Deathclaw just running at you. That was crazy.
Bunch of different variations of death claws.
Yeah,
shit.
like special types is pretty cool. Yeah. Also, a bunch of the mods he has are like sick, dude. Like there's a bunch of different guns. You have like lever action rifles. And everything works with the iron sights really well, and like even like the animation of cocking the weapon like works well with like it just looks good. 9mm pistol, and we were talking about it's just weird thinking about in the Fallout universe and then holding like a 1911. You know,
Yeah, right.
It doesn't- but he's over here popping fucking rad roaches with his 1911. You know,
One is an AK-47 and like a fucking Spetsnaz shotgun too, just to
I
round
think-
out the 90s guns.
you were using an M16 on Deathclaws.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that's in the game. I think it released
M16s?
in...
I don't remember there being M16s.
I don't
that.
remember either.
But yeah,
There's
There
the
could've been.
Chinese assault rifle,
That's what it is. The only
Maybe that's what I was
is the
thinking
Chinese
of,
assault
yeah.
rifle.
which is like a AK-47. This is like a 2010. Well, it's not 2010. Probably like 2000 era assault rifle. It's black
Yeah.
with the.
with the handle on
Great
the top.
handle.
Yeah, the M16.
Mhm.
I know my
Yeah,
video
I
game
played
guns.
No, no, I
the
was just
DLCs
explaining because
for-
like an
Yeah.
AK looks very different from.
That's
a,
true. Yeah, it doesn't have the
So
banana
shut
clip.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. No, I was just saying I played the DLCs for 3 and Operation Anchorage and the Pit, I think, are the coolest ones. There's like one where you're on like a spaceship or something, and that was like
Yeah,
it
the
was
one
cool in the fact that like
Yeah.
there's like people from different eras and stuff that you could like interact with, but
It's the one where you just get like a special signal that you hear, and you have to track down like the spaceship or something like that.
No, that's in the base game.
Is that in the base game?
hmm
Man, I don't fucking remember this shit. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep trying to add to the conversation.
I'm,
when you
adding,
just
I'm asking a
retract.
question. I was asking a question. Okay,
Save it for the Q&A.
we don't have
Oh,
a
shit.
Q&A.
Exactly. Shut the fuck
Oh
up.
my god.
Oh,
Much missed.
Hit me with all.
Yep.
The old. I know.
Well, yeah. If you're thinking about playing it, I mean, it's stable. I had to do some shit. I was crashing a bunch. And I was like, it's because I didn't have the frame rate locked. And I went to the NVIDIA control panel, and I'm serious, and I locked it there because I couldn't lock it
in the mod manager or mod organizer or anything like that.
Yeah. There's like mods that like, you gotta ignore that shit. And the game's like, all right, will do. And I was like, yeah, but like, yeah, I need to kind of lock it.
I just need to
get in a hand.
Sneak in here and just lock it right here. Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Just go ahead.
But then after I locked it to 60, it was perfect.
Nice.
Except for the scroll wheel thing, which I spent 2 hours yesterday fixing.
How'd you fix that?
So I downloaded a couple programs that locks your cursor to the monitor.
Oh, like third-party ones to do that, yeah.
None of those worked.
Wow.
And then I downloaded a mod for the game. That didn't work. And then like if you look up like mouse cursor lock, the whole first page is purple. They're all purple links because I clicked on every fucking one of them trying to fix this.
Yeah.
And then like buried in like some forum that I ain't never seen before.
That's the good shit.
There's like, there's like a option in one of the tweaks that I had already downloaded.
Holy shit.
That you just change the 0 to a 1. And it's like, you're good.
Oh my God. That kind of shit, dude. When just like nobody says that that's the thing you have to do. That's crazy.
It's always the last savior. It's always either you go through like you have a common problem and like everybody's talking about it on like Xbox forum or PlayStation forum or whatever.
Right.
And this is, you get deeper and deeper. You're on like fucking Gary'sTechTools.com and fucking NoScope 35 is like, I finally figured it out, guys. I hacked into the system itself. I got into the INI files and you just got to twerk this like 2 notches over here. And then you got to re-upload the file. Then you're good to go. I'm like, oh.
Turns out the guy who did the mod added this extra line here that fucks with shit. If you just remove the extra line, then it just works.
Well,
Hope this helps.
Nice. That's crazy. That's crazy that a fucking like binary setting.
Well, a lot of the settings are
for
Skyrim, and like basically for the creation engine is all
0-1.
0-1. Like,
on or off.
On or off.
Yeah.
And it was off, like by default. Why is that off by default? Also,
borderless window or whatever. You know?
This is a known issue. The program that I downloaded, I forget what it's called, said the games that it works on, fucking Fallout New Vegas.
Right.
Because the game is using Fallout New Vegas' engine.
Yeah.
Everything is in Fallout New Vegas language.
Do you think that
so
would
it's
work?
not Fallout 3. You can't look up Fallout 3 shit. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Because it's like they ported Fallout 3 into Fallout New Vegas.
That's exactly what they did. Good job.
Got him.
So, like, it's a known issue. There are multiple people talking about the issue.
And it being a problem.
And then everybody had different... Why? Like, you're like my anger translator for the president, okay? I don't need... You got to back up.
You got this, dude.
Everything I say.
You're killing it. You're killing it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's true. Every word. Every word. Saw it with my own eyes.
He's so right, dude. He's so right. He did the research.
Fuck, I forgot where I was. Oh, anyways, everybody's talking about it. And like everyone had different fixes. So I tried all these fixes. None of them worked. And I was pissed. I was angry. I was tired of moving my mouse over. I'm trying to watch Northern Lion.
Yeah.
But yeah, just changing that one little thing. I had already downloaded it.
Just trying to play my heavily modified 2008 game while trying to watch my favorite streamer. Is that so fucking
on
hard?
My 1440p monitor.
Whereas me, I'm trying to play a modern game and I get made fun of because I had to do a couple of things. No, it's fine. I'm the asshole. It's okay. Back in my day, 2 ways both uphill bullshit fucking horseshit.
I mean, I'm mostly mad at the people who suggested fixes that did not work. which is odd because if it worked for them, why didn't it work for me?
They're just super special. I don't know. Probably just
Every
like
PC's a snowflake, man.
Yeah.
But I was not mad that I had to do was change the 0 to a 1.
I was just like,
I was a little mad that it wasn't on by default.
right.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Part of me thinks because when I did one of the mods for Skyrim, so much of it was changed that I couldn't. I remember telling Matt I had no control over any of my Skyrim settings. They removed my capability of changing any Skyrim settings when I'm in the game, in order to make the mod work appropriately. Because they changed so much of it, it was all done through mods. Right, and so I wonder if part of the problem you're having with that was that part of making the mod work was that it works in borderless window mode, and that feature was just like kept on the whole time, and then the fix for it though just wasn't on for whatever reason.
Yeah,
like it was just 24/7 border windowless mode because that's just the way the mod pack or the mod list did it or whatever, which is just crazy that they'll make decisions like that. They're like, for this mod list to work, you gotta let us just take control in this area specifically. Otherwise, it's just not going to be a thing. With these old games, you have to force them to be what you want them to be sometimes.
Right. Fucking computers. How do they work?
Fucking
Who knows?
computers.
Fucking knows, man.
Yeah, I was telling Matt though because I still have all my Skyrim stuff up, and I'm like, I feel like I got to keep playing Skyrim because I've never beaten the game. One of these days, I got to do it. Right, this can't be my Dishonored 2 ship in the night. Okay, all right, I got to do it.
It's fine. You're really not. I'm telling you, you're not missing anything. I did it as probably one of the 10 people in the world who actually beat these games. One of the 10 people in the world who actually beat these games. 11, including Matt.
Right,
you're really not missing much.
I put so many hours into it. You know,
you telling me when Liam Neeson died in Fallout 3, it didn't touch your soul?
I don't even.
I'm just kidding. It didn't touch anything. I was just like going through the motions. I'm like, I was emotionally invested 12 years ago. Right. I don't care now.
And you're like, all right, Dad, die.
I know you're gonna die.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Also, this is not as cool as I remember it.
Right. Yeah, it had so much more impact the first time around.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. It was like, kind of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? It was all new back then. Like
right. It subverted a lot of expectations.
Choices, the choices was newer back then for like a mainstream RPG game, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your older RPGs like doing stupid shit. Well, not stupid shit, but like having like choices or whatever.
That's true. Yeah. Honestly, like Fallout is literally what if you took a CRPG and then made it into like just a first person.
It's literally what they did.
Yeah, so I'm saying I meant when I said literally, I meant it. It is.
I'm just doing what you're doing, dude.
But
he literally meant that because it literally happened.
I'm correct. And but it's because like it looks like a different type of game, right? So when it came out, it's like you just don't expect it right off because it's not like an isometric view, essentially, right? But I remember getting to the part where you're on the other side of the glass and you're looking at your dad and you can't get in there and it's like you feel powerless and you can't stop it from happening. And you're like, why can't I save Dad? And then I was sitting next to Matt when it was happening just recently, and we were just kind of watching it. We're like, yeah, he's gonna die, and I was like, hey, didn't we mod this or cheat one time and go through the thing and stop him from dying or some shit? Like, it was like completely unaffected emotionally by the scenario, and even like the animations the character goes through and the way he talks, it doesn't come across the same way emotionally anymore, and I think
and imagine that was unmodded when we watched it originally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And before like Liam.
No. Wait, I thought we were gonna be with Dad.
I just found him and now he's dead, and then I'm gonna be dead like 5 minutes from now too. Damn it. No.
Dang it.
Well, at least I don't get to miss my dad for too long.
Yeah, and I also did Tranquility Lane in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a way you can do it. It's really quick.
You just have to. Well, all you have to do is like, what? You have to kill kids and people, or find the.
No, you just gotta find the talk to one lady, and then because there's a nice way to do it and there's an evil way to do it. The evil way is the long way, where you kill all these people in creative and fun ways. The good way is talk to the old lady. She's like, shit, everything sucks. He's torturing us. Blah blah blah. He has a thing in an abandoned house, and then you go, you solve like a small puzzle, and then you're done.
And it kills everyone.
Yeah.
Just all at the same time. We don't have to go through every single person. You just do it all in one go.
Yeah, Chinese invasion.
That's what I did. I
remember that being like pivotal. That was like a cool fucking part of the game. A lot of people talked about, oh shit, the Tranquility Lane, that's fucking nuts.
Well, you're in a simulation and inside a game. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it's like Matrix. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the 1950s. If the Matrix was in Leave It to Beaver, that's where I'm at right now. Oh my god,
this is insane. It's all simulation.
But yeah, I also realized I had never done it the good way.
yeah. I didn't even know
I was so surprised that it just ended.
It's just like I don't understand what happened here.
Usually I come through here and I'm a murderer.
Usually I just kill everybody, but this just does it for me. That's pretty cool.
I love that. Can be good.
Yeah. Holy shit. Well, I wish you good luck, and I hopefully you enjoy your further adventures into the 2 double wastelands.
Are you in the New Vegas area yet, or are you?
No, I'm still working through.
You're about to make.
There's a bunch. I'm not about anything. It's fucking. It's a Bethesda game.
I just know you can go back.
I like exploring, and I like going. I'm doing like some vaults that I had never done before. I'm like, there's a bunch of cut content that's just brand fucking new that I'm like, this is crazy. I ain't never seen this before. Was this in the original game? And then I look it up on Wikipedia. It's like, this was cut. I was like, not cut anymore. I was there. A bunch of death claws there. I don't recommend.
Don't go there. Not a good travel location.
You're leaving like a Google review of the area you just went to.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, chilling. Just doing shit.
Honestly,
doing
I
the
think
main quest when I want.
Like a cool Fallout game where there's like no main story, and it's just you exploring all these old vaults.
Yeah.
Obviously, that would be hard because I think they've kind of like done all they could do, but they might be able to come up with more ideas. But like they had like a lot of cool ideas between New Vegas and 3.
Yeah.
Like, these
some
are
of the vaults
all
in Fallout. What the fuck is Fallout 4? I don't know why. I couldn't think of 4.
Couldn't remember it. Yeah.
It has some cool vaults too.
Yeah, there's some cool like vault concepts that you come across in Fallout 4 that I thought was really neat.
I don't remember any of them.
No,
but I remember I remember doing them and thinking,
really cool.
This was cool.
Yeah, it's fucking yeah. Oh,
I remember like the plant one in New Vegas or 3. I can't remember which one it is, but like there's one where like everybody's just turned into plants. And because they were working on like a fertilizer or something.
Right.
There's I remember that. Yeah. Gary's. It's just all clones of a guy named Gary or whatever.
Yeah. That's a famous one.
Yeah.
And there's like there's just like a few with the cool stories or whatever. And I imagine probably Fallout 4 was like one of those where it's like, oh, read these journals and find out what happened. Oh my god. What
right.
the oh,
I love that shit.
Dude, that shit's like
that shit's like cocaine.
It's so good.
I'm like, oh shit, this is a computer I can hack? Like, there are computers that I can't hack. And I'm like, I should just cheat. And because I just want to read the shit. I don't really care that much about. I'm stacked. Okay.
Right.
I'm like, I'm good on weapons and items. I just want to read what's on the computer.
Yeah. I mean, the whole shtick of like every like vault is like a different social experiment or a different, thing that's happening. It's like you can just mine that for days, right? Like there's so many cool ways to do that, and then there's so many different sci-fi stories pre-built in each different vault that you can kind of go and experience in like a little haunted house style, right? You go in there and it's like this thing, and like, oh shit, all this stuff happened because the vault was closed for the entire time and just opened, and turns out in this vault the men were held in one room the whole time. The women didn't even know that they were there. And the women grew old while the men were held in stasis and young, and then they were released. And like, what happens next? And that's just like
Vault-Tec.
Like, yeah, fuck it. What happens when there's a bunch of old women and young men? Like, it's just stuff like that where it's like, and then other ones are like the one you were talking about with the plants, where it's like crazy,
Hmm.
But I don't know why all of them is interesting to me. Always really
It's
cool.
also like nutty that there's references to Vault 70 Fallout or Vault 76. There's a quest line that has to do with the railroad and synthetics in Fallout 3.
Oh, really?
Oh, huh.
So it's all
That's
kind of connected.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think 76 is supposed to be like the OG
The earliest.
earliest Vault or whatever. Yeah,
It opens 20 years after the bombs.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It's been
I just read it like
uh,
yesterday, so
cheater. No,
it was in a computer.
it was in the.
And it wasn't one that I cheated to get into.
Exactly.
Oh,
I
sorry.
earned that lore.
That's fair. All right, you got me. You got me. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
But yeah, I mean, we move on.
Okay, yeah,
Transition.
What else have you been playing, Biscake?
Arena shooters. I can pretty much talk about these two in like one thing because they're pretty similar because they're both arena shooters. But from the last 2 weeks, I played and beat Severed Steel and Boomerang X on my streams. Severed Steel basically it's a Severed Steel style is that you are a lady that wakes up and your arm's cut off and you come across a cannon. You're basically Samus without all the armor, and you're
Nice.
doing like, and it's got like a cyberpunk like esque style to it, like futuristic, glowy, neon, bright colors, blah blah blah.
Tokyo.
But it kind of play. What?
I just said Tokyo.
Not a lot of Tokyo in that one.
Oh, okay.
It's more like just like a fucking. I don't know because the story sucks. It's a bad. It's not even that it's a bad story. It's just like what they like. The game itself is cool, and I feel like the story is just like I guess like a long tutorial or like, okay, you know how to play the game now. Here's some cool things that we thought to do, but we couldn't like put into like a regular arena or whatever.
Gotcha. It was like the story was just there to give you context for what was just
Why
gameplay.
you're killing shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, barely that. There's like the cutscenes are like literally slideshows with no words, no text, nothing. You interpret. You have to interpret. I mean, from what I understand is that you woke up in this facility. You started in like the trash heap of this facility
Okay.
with your arm cut off or whatever. You go up like a level. You find a cannon. You put it on your arm, and oh shit, you got a cannon arm. And there's like some other lady that randomly helps you, but then like she has like an evil face after you leave her, but she never comes back. And then you kill some CEO in like a giant mech, and then you blast a hole in the wall and you're free. And that's, I guess there's going to be a Severed Steel too. I hope they either they don't have a story at all, or they do like add like a thing or two to their story. Like
Right.
even like words would be nice, just like names or something.
That sounds like what would happen if you described your story to a concept artist and then just took the pictures they made and then that's it.
I mean, it might have been.
This is
exactly
great.
that.
Ship it.
Yeah.
This is fine. But like the actual gameplay loop of itself is actually really fun. It's basically a lot of like dodging and flying, or not flying, but like dodging and jumping around, killing guys, doing sick flips and stuff. It's all
Nice.
first person. You have a cannon arm that you can like use to shoot through people or walls or whatever. It's like multifunctional. It's pretty cool. And then like your right arm will have like a gun or whatever you have available to you. You can like kick dudes, you can steal their weapons and shoot them with it. There was multiple times where I was like hyped out of my gourd because I was like jumping over a guy or jumping over like a bunch of people, like shooting like 2 or 3 guys over them.
Nice.
And then like I'm behind them and there's like 2 or 3 more guys I had to kill, and I kill them before I land. I'm like, yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I'm the Matrix now.
Power
And then
fantasy.
there's a cut scene where like there's like 2 pictures that happen, and I'm like, okay, I got to kill more dudes. All right, let's go. But the actual cool feature of the game that they have is like an actual just like arcade / arena mode where you have you have like arena level, which is basically like your how you progress and getting like unlocking new levels, new guns, modes and stuff for your game. So you can have like big head mode just for funsies, paintball mode, just for like random stuff like from GoldenEye era and like all the other cool stuff that they could think of probably.
Fun stuff. Yeah,
fun stuff to do while you're killing a bunch of dudes. So I highly recommend it if you are into just basically into shooting people in Cyberpunk, but in a cool way.
nice.
Don't get it if somebody tells you the story's good or like the story's cool,
Exists.
don't whatever else they tell you, don't listen to them, and they're probably like actually a cyborg or something.
Yeah, you can't trust them.
Synthetics.
Yeah.
I will tell you what is a game that does have a minimal story and actually does it pretty good is Boomerang X, which is also another arena shooter.
Nice.
It's I think it's not made by Devolver Digital, but it's one of those that was like published by them, yeah. And Boomerang X has a story via like you just see like background stuff as you're going through. And Severed Steel, it was like level to level. Like you would like beat a level, it would load you out to a menu, load you back in. Boomerang X is like you go to an arena, you kill the people in the arena, and like as you progress through the game, you're like going through like this island. I'm doing this all over the place. Boomerang X's story, you wake up on an island after a storm has happened, and you're basically just trying to figure out how to get back home. You come across this giant glaive, which is called, I think Boomerang X, I guess would make sense since that's the name, but you never get a name for that. But what you do
Called
come
Steve.
across called Steve. The glaive named Steve. You kind of infer from like all the stuff you see is like, oh, okay, Mantis people used to live here. Now they're all like stone or dead or whatever.
Yeah.
And well, you see like statues and stuff of Mantis people. Context clues. But with also a guy like a worm traveler who's like, hey, I got here too, and I was like here right before they got all killed by those weird dark creatures. So I know a little bit about their history, but I don't know much.
Nice.
And he kind of tries to help you fill in the story and like some of the details, but it's not like millions of years ago, the Mantis people, Archidemus and Rohan all fought together, blah blah blah, and saved the city. It's like always like, yeah, this guy did something cool, but I don't remember because I only was like hanging out with him for like a little bit, and then they all died. So, and he's just kind of fun. His name is Tepen, something like that.
Nice.
He's just like a little caterpillar guy who's like, oh man, this shit's nuts.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. I'm glad you're out there killing them and not me. Oh boy.
There used to be people here, and now they're not.
They're all dead.
Here, though.
Yeah, I'm a coward. I can hide in walls and stuff, so I'm doing good at that. What I also enjoy about Boomerang X is that it kind of has like the inverse of Doom style arena shooting, where like Doom's like enemies are a puzzle and you have 30 different puzzle pieces or whatever ways to deal with them. Whereas Boomerang X is like there's like puzzles stacked on top of each other, but you only have one weapon and it can do like what is it? You have like 2 or 3 powers with that, and then you have like basically you get like a couple powers for the glaive where you can like throw it and then stop time or like slow down time where you can throw it and return it back to you, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And then you get like kill streak bonuses, which if you kill certain people in the air, you have like a shotgun hand thing you can do, or you can switch it to basically a sniper rifle shot that comes out of your hand as well. And just to help like deal with all the enemies in the area. Because with Doom, like I try to get into Doom like 3 or 4 times now, Doom Eternal, and I just can't get into the like I get why it's cool and I understand why it's cool. It's just for me, it's like I don't want to have to switch a gun every 5 seconds to deal with this guy, and then switch over to this guy and then do that and then switch back to this. Whereas, Boomerang X, it's just like, all right, you only have like so many moves, but you gotta like fucking do those moves if you want to beat the game. Otherwise, you're not you're not gonna get very far. But
So the approach to what the arena strategy style is more like what you would enjoy versus the way it is in Doom Eternal, where there is like a series of small strategies based on the enemies you're fighting.
yeah, for me, I feel like the way Doom does it, like slows, like you can like quick switch between like two guns in Doom off the top of my head. But like to access your weapons, you have to do the wheel, and it kind of like it takes it not out of the game, but it's like, okay, I gotta fucking switch over to here, whatever.
It's a lot to remember for sure.
Whereas like Boomerang X is like, okay, this guy jumps up, reveals his weak spot underneath, so I'm just gonna, teleport here, throw that, then teleport away above him and hit him with another glaive or whatever. So you're using like, it's like, and another thing with Doom is like they also have like very technical enemies, even like beyond like having to shoot them with a different gun. You also have to like make sure you get the right weak spot or whatever, make sure you're aiming at the right spot.
Yeah.
So for me, I just might be old. Maybe that's what the thing is. I just think it's just too much for me. I'm like, I don't want to do all this. Just give me like a gun or two guns or something, like 3 guns tops. I don't need 10 guns to kill all these demons. I'd just rather have like 2 or 3. But
yeah.
Also, Boomerang X has like a lot of accessibility stuff. Which I find is to be cool in modern games. Colorblind mode, the game doesn't really have difficulties. It just has 2 things. Like you can have it set for gamepad or set for mouse and keyboard, which is the closest thing they have to like difficulty. You can also like play in like a easy mode kind of thing where you have like more health and whatnot. But for the most part, those are like the only 2 difficulties. Like colorblind options, ways to see the weak points on the enemy, blah blah blah. It's just like a really fun, it's just like a really fun short game that you can beat in an afternoon and you'd be like, okay, I had a good time. Like the final boss of Boomerang X was a lot more hype than the final thing of Severed Steel, which is I had to kill a bunch of dudes and then melt through like 100 feet of steel wall. Boomerang X, I was like fighting like a fucking Leviathan, and Severed Steel was like bang,
cool.
bang, bzz, bang bang. Bzz. Yeah, no, it was fucking sick. I highly recommend it. I think it's only like $15 or $20 on Steam. There's a new game plus mode. Oh, sorry.
Go I was just gonna say, yeah, Matt pulled it up for like a second. Yeah, I think it was $20.
Yeah. It's got a new game plus mode. I haven't touched that yet. I don't know if I will. I've had my experience with it and I'm satisfied. I think new game plus obviously would make enemies harder, probably more difficult to deal with, yada yada yada. But,
yeah.
But all in all, I think I'm enjoying arena shooters or getting into shooters, and I actually have like I've kind of figured out my taste of shooters, I guess, finally. Like I understand.
Are you going to take advantage of any of those recent? There's a word for it, Matt, that I learned recently from you. They're like retro shooters, but is it just retro shooter? But like a bunch of like Doom and
Boomer
Quake.
shooters.
What was it? Boomer shooter. This is probably a term that people use, but yeah, there's a whole slew of them that have come out recently, like 9 or something, where there's just a bunch of like Quake-esque, or like maybe the movement's Quake-like, but they've added this variant on top of it. It's like they're treating those older shooter styles kind of like how people were doing like side scrollers. Like side scrollers had like a whole thing.
Platformers.
Or like platformers, yeah. Where the platformers had this whole thing where everyone just like let's take this base and then like.
There's like 3 immersive sim that are coming out on the Z Doom engine that look fucking sick.
Oh shit! Huh.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that, but yeah, there's a few more I want to check out. They're not necessarily arena shooters. They're like what you would call retro shooters, boomer shooters. I want to check out Dusk.
Dusk is fucking sick.
I've only heard and seen good things about that, and a Medieval is also another one. It's like closer to Hexen, where it's still like a first-person shooter, but it's like all magic stuff.
Nice, yeah.
Like you get a weapon that you shoot like planets at people. like little miniature planets. It's pretty cool.
I
was
watched
like,
the speed run of that.
Oh,
It was
ah,
cool.
nice.
They talked a
did.
lot about that. They had the devs on. I love when they had
Mm.
the devs on.
Oh yeah, the devs
talk
are always
about
like,
the
"Oh, what the fuck are you doing?" But anyways, here's our thought process while you destroy our game in front of our eyes.
they were talking a lot
Man.
about that weapon or whatever.
yeah, it's like a scepter that shoots planets. Cool.
Pretty sick.
I had to check those out at some point, and also Ultra Kill, which is it's not even like a retro shooter. It's just like a fucking shooter. It's just like a shooter ass shooter. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds a lot. It sounds super tough, but like the one cool thing I remember, I played like a demo of it or something. You can like shoot a coin in the ricochets and shoots, and like the bullet will hit other opponents and stuff. And I would play an entire game of that, so I'm gonna have to get that at some point. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
think
well,
I
you
played
told me.
about 2 hours of that. It's good.
Yeah, it's really
you,
cool.
You've done a lot of testing of like of like just shooters, like older style shooters.
Making a comeback for some reason. I don't know. Just
They're
how
good.
technically,
Like
flat
every one of them gets like overwhelmingly positive reviews.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just really got like totally mind flooded by all of, like the modern military shooter games. Like every shooter was just a military shooter for like such like all you know all the ones that got any type of press or whatever.
Yeah, mainstream
and
shooters were definitely like
Yeah.
a different type of shooter than like Doom and shit from back in the day.
Yeah, and so like I think maybe that's why it's coming back a little bit because like every once in a while you get like a bullet storm, you know, that would happen, which is like a fun like turn off your brain and shoot type game, you know. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think those games the formula works, right? And then
And they allow you a lot of freedom.
yeah,
A lot of them have crazy movement, crazy shit you can do because they're working with like, you know,
like 30 years of
yeah, like the engine is known.
Yeah, they're making the games that you thought you were playing back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think that's it for me. I don't think I really have any other games I could or really want to talk about.
Well, I'm good to end it.
Quick little No Man's Sky update. I had a little mini freak out. I thought my game was bugged again, but
Oh, no.
it's fine. There's like a main story thing you have to do to get these things called glyphs. I couldn't access the main story. I was like, okay, well maybe I'll open up at some point. Never did. So I had like look it up, and I did some searching and some searching and some searching, and I don't know why they don't have this as like somewhere like out in the open for you to see. But basically, you can't do the main story until your expedition game becomes a normal save file. So I was like, okay, well, I just gotta like wait for 1 or 2 weeks for that to transfer over. I'm not completely fucked out of No Man's Sky again
Right.
because of one random bug again.
Yeah, that would suck, dude.
That's the abuse of X. Like I told you last time, like I restarted a whole new save file because I couldn't access S-class weapons and stuff, which is
Feels
you
like
know.
such a weird problem to have. Like, why
Yeah.
is that the way it is?
Well, what you gotta do? You gotta go into your NVIDIA control settings.
I did not go for my control panel settings in that one.
You got to turn off
should've
3D
done that.
video because it's on.
Yeah, that's always a fucking problem. Fucking global refresh rate.
Yeah, stupid.
So yeah, I thought No Man's Sky fucked me again. It did not fuck me
Nice.
yet. We will see, but I'm hoping it does not fuck me. We'll see.
I'm hoping to.
Thank you. I appreciate
We're
that.
pulling for you.
Thank you. It's been a tough fight, but I'm glad I have friends on my side.
All right, cool. Well, we can call it there. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Yeah. On that emotional ending. But yeah, you can check out Fistcake at everything that you see on your screen here. YouTube.com. He's Fistcake. On Twitter at the Fistcake, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/thefistcake. And you can check us out, Matt and I, on Neanderthal Gaming TV on both YouTube and on Twitch, and then at Neanderthal GTV on Twitter. But yeah, Thanks everyone so much for watching, and we do this every 2 weeks, but we'll see you guys next time.
Biracially.
Everybody, racial week, sexual week. Bye.
Bye.